Come along with us and see the new arrivals at the Home Depot Garden Center for summer. You will see flowers, you will see fruits, veggies, and herbs, and we'll go over the best ways to incorporate these in your garden. And if you've never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to my home and garden channel. So first we're going to be starting off with the ones that were out in the courtyard because these ones are the ones that can take full sun. And these right here are some beautiful Angelonicas. You'll also see the prices as well too. And by the way, guys, this is not sponsored. I just happened to be at the center. You can see the price that was there. They did have a markdown because they do have that sometimes, but it varies based on your location, you know, where you are, the time that you're watching this video and all of that. So do bear that in mind. Again, another markdown to $9.88. And these are perfect for full sun. And you can always take them out of their containers, put them in your flower beds or in larger containers to kind of spread them out and, you know, get the most bang for your buck. And these are going to bloom right through the summer and take you up into fall. So they're an excellent choice for your garden. Here's another good one again. These are petunias right here. These are the wave varieties. So if you like that kind of a pastel type coloration, then these would be perfect for you. You can see the price that is going for there as well. They have the pinks, they have the purples, they have the yellows. And over here, this is one of my favorite ones, Mandevilla. Why? Because it's kind of tropical. You can see that you can get the smaller sizes for what they're showing right there. And it runs along on the vines, you know, arbors and just different things to beautify your space. And down here they have some moss rose or portulaca, as I did a recent video about this wonderful little overlooked plant. Sometimes it's so pretty and it's great because it spills out of containers. You can see how much they were going for right there, guys, $6.98. And over here, these are some bright red ones. These are gorgeous. So if you like that bright shade of red, then these would be perfect for you. And of course, they have the white ones here as well too. So it just depends. You can mix and match, or you can go monochromatic and just use one coloration. So I thought that was great. Some hibiscus right here. And these are not the hardy varieties, but you can have these beautify your home for the summer. If you get a hard freeze, they most likely may not come back the following year. But look how pretty it is, guys. It's so tropical. It makes you think of vacation time to a tropical place, right? So that was wonderful. And they had some larger sizes too. So they're going up in sizes. So based on what, you know, you're doing, if you're, you know, maybe say you have a fence, you want to put a couple of them along at the back, then these are perfect. Just be sure you have like a trellis to start them off if you're leaning them against a fence. So they'll have some support, you know, because they are climbers and they will need that initially, you know, to get established that way. So, and again, this is another pretty color right here. Not quite red, but real pretty. Over here now we have some knockout roses and we're always glad to see these. You can see the price they're going for there. You know, they're a little bit more resistant than some of the standard roses, but you still have to watch out for pests. So guys, make sure you have something to spray because sometimes they do get those bugs that come in on them, and also put them in an area that gets lots of sun and air. Now these ones right here, they smell so good. Absolutely wonderful. Because the knockout roses, they don't usually have a smell, but these, if that's what you're going for, these definitely do. So I would say grab a few of these. There's some yellow ones at the back there too. That would be for you, Clarissa, because I know you like yellow flowers. But they're just wonderful. Over here now we have limelight hydrangea, and these are the ones that love sun. So let's say you have a sunny area in your garden. These are perfect for that. This one is called Little Lime, so it doesn't grow as large as the standard ones, but reasonably tall enough, you know, to be a nice plant, maybe to a side part of your garden or even towards the center. You can put more than one if you like, just mix and match them. And what do we have over here? This cute little one right here. This is actually a pygmy palm, which I'd never seen before. You can see the price right there, $129. But if you have an area that is, you know, has some amount of sheltering, or you can put it in a large container and have it stay, you know, in an area that gets enough light, you can have it either way. These are some ferns right here, and this is such a mainstay, you know, of summer porches, to have a nice fern or two, whether it's in a hanging basket or it is in a container, it just spills over on it. It's just a great choice to have, especially if you don't, you know, have a lot of time. And on to our veggies now, guys. These are some tomatoes right here, and you can see if you take a peek in there, they are already having tomatoes on them, and they already have it in a trellis for you, a cage for you right there. So that will definitely help you to get along faster in the season. So if you're starting a little bit late, then these may be a good option. I did not see the price for these, unfortunately, but of course, you know, the further in you go into the summer and the larger there, it's going to cost you more. So if you're on a lower budget or you want to get a lot more tomatoes in, this might be a better option for you because, as you can see, it costs less because they're smaller. And it is going to take some time for this to come up, but they're looking healthy. They're fully established. I'd say go ahead and get some of those if you want to. And now, what do we have here? This is citronella. I've never used them for mosquitoes myself before, but you know, summertime, it is mosquito seasons, and they say these are very, very good to keep them away from your, you know, like your entrances. You put them close to your doors and stuff like that outside. It helps a lot. So those are a good one to get. These are some rosemaries right here, which I absolutely love. I have a very large one. I've had it for maybe about 5 inches, about 4 feet across. You may have seen previous videos on that. But yes, guys, rosemary is a very good one to have, and it's so versatile. This one I'd never tried before. This one is lemon thyme, and it smells just like a lemon. I said, let me see how it smells, and guys, it absolutely does. So this would be perfect maybe for some fish or something like that. Over here, now they had different types of peppers, jalapenos, bell peppers, you know, different types. And you can see the prices were going for $2.98. And again, these are the ones that need full sun that are out in the courtyard area. So be sure you choose your location carefully when you're planting these things because they do need to get that sun. And if you're liking this video so far, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can see this, they're large, the price is going to be larger. So again, it's the same thing. There are peppers on there. So if you're a little late in the season, you can get some of these and you can plant them and it'll get you along a little bit faster. And back to more flowers. These are some beautiful petunias right here, and the colors are so bright and vibrant. I absolutely love these. And again, you can go monochromatic, or you can go ahead and mix and match your colors. But try to do them from the opposite sides of the color wheel when you're doing them together, so that way they're not clashing and looking kind of, you know, too cluttered or too just, you know, not like something that has that nice flow and makes your eyes rest when you look at them. So over here now, these are some daylilies and these are perennials. So these are going to come back every year. They have a mounding habit, so they do tend to spread out. Here's another one again, guys, stone crop. And these ones, they don't need as much water. They're pretty drought resistant and they bloom very beautifully for you as you get into the late summer and early fall season. They're gorgeous and they are perennials as well too. So it's a good one to have. And over here, they're showing you ways to combine your mandevilla along with other plants, which would be the thriller plant in the center. So whether it's like the bird of paradise that you just saw a moment ago, or like palms, like miniature palms, these are good combinations here. So you can do them for yourself, or you can just buy them already done for you. Over here, this is looks like Dracaena that they have in the center. So they're just showing you here different ways that you can combine your mandevilla with other plants. And these over here are some beautiful salvia. These are annuals, but guys, they add such a pop of color to your garden, whether you're putting them in your flower beds or in containers. And the price is pretty good, as you can see there. These are vincas, very drought resistant, and I love them. They last all summer long, right over into early autumn, which is the same too for your marigolds as well. And of course, you know that this plant, I've done quite a few videos on them, how useful they are both in your front garden and in your backyard vegetable garden as well, that they're such great companion flowers. So if you didn't get some, you can always run back in and get some, and the price is pretty good, as you can see there. Over here now we have some more petunias, but these are the larger ones. These are more of a mounding habit, so they don't spill over as much, but they're still great for hanging baskets and containers, like to put towards the end of it. You can see how much they were going for there, which again is a pretty reasonable price. And over here, these are some dahlias or dahlias, depending on how you pronounce it. And these are in pretty large containers. And these are going to go right through summer into fall. Now, they do have tubers, kind of like potatoes, as their roots. But what I will say is that if you're they're not very cold hard in terms of lasting in hard freeze. So you may have to take up the tubers when they go down a little bit in the fall. And then you can plant them back in the spring. But just store them in a cool, dry place in some peat moss if you can get it. And now we're going over to some more plants, but these are the parchade ones, and these are the ones that are further inside the store. And these are caladiums, and aren't these beautiful? And there are so many different varieties of caladiums. I've done videos on these before as well too. I think they're absolutely wonderful. And it's the same situation with these again, guys. These are corms that are at the bottom, but you have to take them up, in the fall if you get hard freezes, and store them in some peat moss or something else like that. And they'll survive, they'll overwinter, I should say, inside, and then you can always replant them in the spring so you have them year after year if you're willing to do that. If you're not, you'll just treat them as an annual. It just depends. And I just want to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have never done so before, and to hit the notification bell twice. I love exchanging ideas with fellow gardeners and encouraging new gardeners, so be sure to journey along with me for my garden topics, tips, and tours. Over here now we have these beautiful lilies. As you can see, because we had a lot of rain. We've had rain for so many days, for so many weeks. It's been going on for a while. So some of the petals fell off, but there's some of them that are still not opened yet. So you can still get some of these and plant them either in a larger container, leave them in the one they're in, or even in your flower beds. And the good thing with these is that they're perennial, so they're going to come back year after year. And even though these ones are further inside, these ones take full sun. So again, choose your locations carefully. These are beautiful begonias, and these are for part shade. So don't put these in an area you're going to be getting like sun all day. You know, like your west facing or south facing garden is a little harsh on them. If you wanted to get smaller sizes, they have those as well too. These are the 4-inch containers. You see those are for $1.98. And you can, mix and match if you want, because they have the whites, the pinks, and the reds. You can mix and match them and just fill out a container, and they spread out a lot. And these plants, and I've done videos on these as well too. So you can always go to my video tab and just scroll through and see what's there. But these look even better as they get into the fall season. That's when they're at their most perfect look. These are some dragon wing begonias. So these are still begonias, but the ones you just saw, those are wax begonias, but these are dragon wing. And if you look at the leaves, you can see they kind of remind you of a dragon wing that we'd seen like stories and stuff like that. So that basically would be where they got the name from, the dragon wing begonias. And I think they're real pretty. These ones over here, these are wishbones. That's the common name for them. And I tried them once and I really did like them. These are part sun as well, or part shade as you may say, and they do spread out. Over here we have, these are some sun patience, and they say that they take sun, but honestly I think they do best in areas that have part shade, or if they're not getting the afternoon sun, like right up into the evening. If they're in an area that is not like west facing, they do best. And over here they're showing you how you can mix and match them together, and this is so beautiful. You can see how they mix these together here with this triller in the center. And, they just mount out as a filler in the container. And then you have the spiller, the creeping Jenny, coming out of the side. So those are for part shade. Over here now we have some Persian shield. And I've never tried this one myself, but I've seen them do pretty well. And they grow quite, a reasonable height as well too. And over here now they have some, these are some sweet potato vines, and these are excellent as a spiller plant in your container because they spill all the way over. I've had these before. And guys, don't be surprised if at the end of the season you may find like little potatoes, because they are wild potatoes, so you can't see that happen. These are some coleus, and they're so pretty. I've never tried this one before. This one is Cassandra. This one likes part sun as well, as they show you there, part sun, part shade, which means 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. Very, very pretty, unusual color. I don't see a lot of those, but they work well for part shade areas. And again, over here, they're showing you these, how they combine together. Another part shade lover would be these hydrangeas right here. They don't like to get the afternoon sun. So when you're choosing your area for them, we try to put it in an area that gets morning sun, midday sun, but an afternoon sun. And these are polka dots right here, another part shade again. And I think they're so pretty. And these are perfect filler plant to fill out your containers, just fill out the spaces, and they work so well there. And these hydrangeas are just so gorgeous. It's just a mainstay of the summer garden, which I just love them so much. And over here now, these are for shade. These are impatiens. And this is just so vibrant and so beautiful, because sometimes most things that get a lot of color and flowering would be plants that either are in full sun or they're in part sun or part shade. But these, they will take full shade and they will come through for you time and time again, and they look so much better. And I did this recent video where I showed you, just how to cure for them, and just to show you how I planted them and all of that. So I'll link it at the end for you so you can take a look at it, if you get a chance to do so. Or you can always come back on another time and watch it. But as you can see, they have many, many different options available in terms of colorations. You have your pinks, peaches, oranges, whites, all of that. And I just love that they have so many choices and the prices are very, very reasonable for those. This over here is a willow, which I think is so unusual. See how they plaited the trunk? I just think it just looks so, so unusual, guys. And these were for $59 is what I'm told. Another shade plant over here, these would be hostas. They do very, very well in the shade. And they do produce some tiny little purple, well, they're not that tiny, but small enough purple flowers. And there's a lot of them that come out and hummingbirds love them. This is camellia right here, guys. And camellia, it's not a shade plant, but it prefers to be slightly sheltered. So put it kind of close to your house, but not too close. At least maybe I'd say about 4 feet away from the house to prevent the foundation problems that could arise. But that's what it prefers. And over here now we have some more shade type plants over here. These are ivy and the variegated vinca. And they do so well. These are great for spillers in your containers, or you can put them, you know, as ground covers. These are some sedum right here. If you like that lime green, because it's a more of a modern look now. They're going for lime green as more modern type garden colors. So if you like that, you can get these, and they have a mounding habit, so they'll spread out over time, and they'll cover all of those areas for you. These right here are coral bells, and these do very well in shade as well, and they produce some pretty little flowers that give them the name coral bells. And over here we have the sweet potato vine again, but that was the red one, and this one is the lime green one that we saw earlier. So, you know, you do have different options, which is absolutely great. And then creeping Jenny, I can't say enough about these. And guys, you know, I've used this many times if you've been following my channel for a while. Over here they have some dwarf mondo grass, which likes full sun, and these are good. Like say you have soil eroding, these are good to put there to help to hold the soil together. And they're not that aggressive, but they do spread out for you. And of course, we cannot forget our succulents. These are flapjacks right here, and they have so many other types in here, but they combine them so well, and it's so beautiful. And succulents are the plant that keeps on giving, because you can just propagate from one leaf from your succulent, and you can get so many of them from there. And they're pretty, you know, drought resistant, so you don't have to water them as much. So there's so many different, you know, good reasons to have them. Over here, these are some whiskey barrels, and these are the original ones. So they're a little bit more pricey. These are for $69. And then over here, they had some potting soil mix, which was going for $12.97. And I try to reuse my soil. I've been doing that in the last year or two. You can just amend it and use the same one again. Over here now, they have some organic ones. If you're trying to eat really, really clean, you can get some of these. Of course, you have other options too, but I'm just saying that that's, you know, something that you may or may want. And you can see how much they were going for. And this one is 1.5 cubic feet. Over here now we have more mandevillas outside, and I think they're just such a wonderful plant and definitely worth trying for your trellises and, you know, whatever else you have them running up on. I want to thank you so much for coming along. I hope this gave you some great ideas as you plan your summer garden, or just to refresh, you know, what you have there already. Thank you for the ways you support my channel, whether it's by your channel membership or the different options that I have in the merchandise store and all of that. So enjoy your garden, enjoy the summer, go out and just, you know, relax. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Take care.